Hi, everyone. This is EstaRa with a message for you today. Today is Thursday, August 3rd, 2017. This is going to be a short, brief message, a quick energy update. I just want to let you know we are in for some massive energies that are coming and massive transformation in this month of August that we are in. And I have to tell you, as much as I've been looking forward to it, I'm definitely feeling it already pour in. So we're already in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. We have several planets going retrograde this weekend, I believe. We have a full moon, partially lunar eclipse. I believe it's on the 6th or 7th. I want to say the 7th. That is on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we have the apex of the 8-8 gateway, which is amazing energy, Lion's Gate. So what does that mean for us briefly getting up to that point? I will be back tomorrow with a reading for the energies now. But for the moment, I just wanted to share a few things that have been coming up, to me recently. So if you haven't done so, please check out my blog. The link is below the video. I do Q&A. So if you write me questions, please understand if you don't get a response right away, it's partly because I'm really conscious of giving real thorough responses. I don't like to just be like, okay, thanks, here you go, bye. Sometimes it's going to have to be that way because I get so many every day. I think I get at least 10 to 20 emails a day just asking me questions. And some of the questions are better off if you want to have a session. If it's specific about you and your twin, you might want to book a session with me. If it is more general, please recognize I might respond to you, but then I'm going to share it in my blog so it will benefit everybody else, because I really want to make sure there's information available to all of us. We're in a time where it's like the crunch time for twin flames, for all of humanity really, but specifically for twin flames right now, we're in crunch time and we can get all the support and love that we need, and it should be available to each and every one of us. So please bear with me as I get back to you. There's several of you that I need to respond to. There's a couple more people that took advantage of that reading. I believe the 3-card $25 reading, it's a check-in reading. It's available for you to purchase up until tomorrow, Friday, August 4th. So if anybody wants to get in on that, you're welcome to purchase it. Please recognize that it ends up anywhere from 3 days to a week after purchase that you get your reading, and that's simply because of the time and the amount of information that comes in, but also because Spirit guides me whether or not I should read somebody. So I'll have a list of people to read, and they'll say, okay, that person now, this person's not ready yet, just give us the next day. So that happens a lot when I'm doing my reading, so please be aware of that, especially when it's a check-in reading. It's to get like everything aligned for me to check in for you and your twin and give you quick updates that way. If I'm doing different work with you, like much more depth and we have more time, that's another story. And then I can work with you at a time that we both agreed to. So it's a 3-card check-in video reading. Please check the link below if you're interested in purchasing that. It's $25 for 3 cards, and it gives you a little bit more than 3 cards because I never know what's going to come. So some people have received a reading where there's been a light language message, there's been a channel, there's been other information coming through, so I never know what to expect, so nor will you. But you will definitely get information about you and your journey. There's also coming up this weekend on Sunday is my monthly Twin Flame group meditation, and that's for all Twin Flames to come on the call. It's in the link below if you'd like to join that. It costs $11.11, and that is a meditation that a couple things happen. For those of you who've been on the call, it's been really powerful and amazing, and one of the things that's really amazing about it is the energy as a collective of us coming together. So even if you missed the call, but you decided you wanted to be on the call and you couldn't be there, you still get a recording. And each person that gets the recording is actually included in the energy when I'm doing it. But then if you don't make the call, you're not aware of it, you didn't know what's happening, you can access that energy too by purchasing it later. But if you're interested in purchasing it and being on the call this weekend on Sunday, August 6th, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, please click the link below. So what happens is I give you some updates information that guides are wanting me to give to you, Spirit wants me to give, and then we do a meditation as a group. And I never know what it's going to be. Last month we did throat chakra and solar plexus work for our twins and ourselves. And a couple back we did a clearing, we did a forgiveness one. So I don't know what the topic is until that day, and that's pretty much because whoever signs up collectively, my guides tune into the energy, and then we go from there and base the class on that energy that we're feeling. So that's the first thing. What else do I want to share with you? Gosh, there's so much going on. Energy Body Upgrade is going to be on August 11th. Check that out in the link below as well. That's a distance healing. It's actually quite phenomenal. Massive work takes place in your body. That's a huge deal. And okay, that's enough rambling. Let's get back to why I'm here. So we have been in such a transition this last year. Like I would say since last August to now, we've been in transition, and we've been releasing and clearing and purging so much. But what's beautiful is as of June, the onset of the solstice, we started to get more and more clarity coming in. Now, some of you might be like, what? I'm not clear. I'm so confused. I don't really know. But you've had moments of clarity. They might not be these long spouts of clarity, but there's moments of clarity. So what I want to say to you is that clarity is going to get clearer and clearer in this month of August. But the way it's going to get clearer is if you can ride the wave, recognize what you're holding on to that might be a limitation, might be a block for you, and let it go. And there's also the energy of purging that will surface as opportunities to purge some of that stuff, some of the people in your life. You know, it's interesting. My guides always tell me not to look at Mercury retrograde the way that I've always looked at it before. Look at it a little differently. And so what they told me for this month particularly, and we're in the shadow period of Mercury, because I can tell you whether I know the timeline or not, just because I'm not like I don't pay attention to all that information. I felt it because I started dreaming of people from my past. A lot of people have been surfacing up in my dreams. A lot of messages from my past have been surfacing in my day-to-day life. And that always gives me the inclination of like, oh, wow, look at that. Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde. So it's a shadow period before we go retrograde. I believe we go retrograde August 12th. I'm not positive, but I definitely know it's after the Lion's Gate. So be prepared for that if you're not already experiencing that. A lot of us begin to experience the retrograde shadow period, the higher frequency that we are. And that's simply because we're more in tune to the shifting of the energies in the universe. The higher frequency you are, the higher vibration that you are, the more you receive what's happening in the ethers. And what's beautiful about it is sometimes you receive it very easily by message, by guides, by angels, you channel it, whatever. Or you simply just sense it and you have this empathic ability to tune into like, yeah, something's up. What's going on in the stars? What's going on galactically? All that stuff is real. So recognize that that's affecting you too. So what I'm getting, and I wanted to share to you, my guides have been talking to me. I was in meditation a little while ago. I'm getting ready to do some work with some clients. But before I do, I wanted to get this little brief message out to all of you. One of the things they're telling me is that you are going to notice in the last month particularly, there may be more body stuff coming up for you. And I notice for me, I'm feeling bloated. I feel expanded. What that is an increase in the light frequency that's coming into your body. And it's really prompting you to be very conscious of what you put in your body, very conscious that it's light vibration. And if you don't, you don't have to eat the most perfect healthy food. But what's important is that what you select, that you do some energy work over it. So one of the things that I do is I always say a prayer over my food. I bless my food. And it doesn't have to be a long, dramatic prayer. Mine's like 30 seconds long. But I would highly recommend doing that because that will help some of the frequency as it goes into your body and starts to do some work in there. So you want more light to go in. So as you're blessing your food, you're anchoring light into it, and that's going to go into your body and do some healing from the inside out. So a lot of people are finding expansion physically in their body, and they're finding that they're getting fogginess. They're finding that they're getting lethargy. Those are symptoms of ascension. That's part of the journey. That's expected. But what I've noticed, particularly for this Lion's Gate, it's really important to be gentle with yourself. One of the things that we all do is we're very caught up in human world and human society. And it's like, you just got to keep going, keep going, keep going. And if any of you are on social media and you see some people's posts and you're like, how the hell do they live like an 18-hour day? How is that even possible? I don't know about you, but I see that sometimes and I think, oh my God, I can't do that. Now, that's not to say that when I was younger, I didn't. I used to work ridiculous amounts of time in my 20s. And I worked like 120 hours a week when I was in politics. And I I did a lot of stuff. We'll just leave it at that. Human stuff. I was busy all the time. I was in school. I did all these things. Well, I don't have that capacity anymore. And it's not because I don't have the capacity to be who I was. The difference is my energy is different. My energy is higher frequency. Therefore, it's more sensitive. Therefore, it is affected by things a lot more than they would have been in the past. We're not supposed to be in the immune stage like we were in the past. We're supposed to be in the sensitive stage. You know, a lot of people think being sensitive is such a curse. Well, it's not. I mean, I can understand why you would see it that way, because I did for a while and quite a long time. But the truth is, our sensitivity is our gift. It's showing us what's not working. It's showing us what's important for us. It's showing us what is necessary for the next steps in our alignment. So that being said, that's all happening to you. Well, let's add on the fact that your twin is actually going through all of that as well. And for many of you, in the physical dimension, you have been merging. And so you might not be in union with the person physically, but you are merging with that beloved of yours. So we've been merging. So my twin and I have been merging for ages now. At least that's what it feels like. We have been merging at each level of our chakra. We've been doing this now since 2010. It's been happening. So we're at we need to break through that next phase. We need to break into that space. And it's actually a very scary space for my beloved. And it's been actually, to be honest with you, scary for me too, because I don't know what it's going to bring. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that we're getting close to it. We're getting ready, as are many people. So while your beloved is going through his own purging and cleansing this month, recognize it's affecting you, and it may impede you somewhat in your journey. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself, because you may be more conscious and aware, and your beloved might be still buying into, and may still have bought into the belief that you just keep pushing yourself, you keep going, you just have to, you have no choice. That's old energy. But your beloved might still own that and might still believe that's what it is and that's how it's supposed to be. And if that's the case, recognize that your beloved is like going overtime. So you're carrying a little bit of the weight for your beloved to help them through. So that's a huge, huge energy awareness that we all kind of need going forward, because this energy is pretty intense. I've noticed myself, particularly as the gate started opening, the Lion's Gate, I feel lighter energy. I feel like it's not as heavy or dense. It's not to say that I'm not sleepy or tired, and I get those moments where I just want to be a slug, because I've gotten that a lot in this past week. Not nearly as much as I did the weeks before. It feels more buoyant. So I feel more like I'm floating versus being really bogged down, which is a very powerful feeling in and of itself, because it's setting free lots of parts of me, and it's setting free a lot of the old energy that I've really clung on to, that I'm like, yeah, it doesn't fit or work anymore. It's time to clear out and get rid of things. And so you might notice that this month as well. August also is, it's going to be such an opportunity for you to really strategize and plan your future. So as I had mentioned in the previous video, and as I've mentioned in my blog, we are coming to a point where we have been getting clarity little by little, perhaps shoved, pushed forward as to what our next steps are. And they may look like they're these big ominous things or like mountains to climb. This month is about, is that really what we're going to do? Because if that is what we're going to do, we don't have to look at the mountains. They're not going to be there. They're going to get moved out of the way. Those fears that have been surfacing and coming up, those will be moved out of the way. This month is to strategize and plan for those mountains to be gone, and recognize, like, manifest. This month is manifestation time. Really get down and dirty with manifesting what it is you choose and what it is you want. So I strongly recommend that you are gentle and kind with yourself. You're going to have a lot of stops and starts. You're going to have ups and downs, just as everybody else will. But you can ride this wave if you recognize where you're at on your journey. And what I mean by that is, recognize if you're feeling crappy, who are you around? Are they affecting you, or is it yours? Are you alone and you're feeling it and you're like, this doesn't make any sense? Is it your twins? Recognize that too, because a lot of times we don't always recognize it. So for example, last week I didn't even connect the dots, but I was feeling this like massive resistance. I didn't connect it right away. It took me a few hours, actually. I was like really kind of short-tempered, angry, frustrated, and resisting. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Blah, blah, blah. I was going on and on. Well, all that stuff actually I was like, what is going on with me? This is so not who I am. This is not my personality. I don't get it. And then I was like, this is my twin. He's resisting. And don't you know, as soon as I said that and recognized it, gone away. Didn't feel those feelings, didn't have all that stuff happening. That is the beauty of merging. That is the beauty of physically merging. So when I say that, most of you think, well, if you're not physically together, how can you possibly be merging? Because we're merging into the physical dimension. So we've been merging in the higher dimensions. Now we're physically merging in this physical dimension. And that doesn't take us to be in person for that to happen. And we bounce things off each other constantly. He feels something, I feel something. And for a long time, it's been my responsibility to maintain our frequency, maintain our energy, because if I'm okay, that helps him to be okay. And it also bounces things back to him to deal with that he needs to deal with. And a lot of the stuff is, a lot of it is blocks that I've rescued him from by him coming to me for that all the time, energetically, or even on a human level, just picking up the phone because he needs peace. So he calls me to feel peace. Well, that can't happen anymore because he's got to find his own peace. And that's where he's at. He's in that space of needing to find that. And I don't have human confirmation of that, meaning humanly I'm speaking to him, having him say, oh, by the way, I know I need to find peace within me. He's not saying that to me, but I understand that from spirit. I get that what's happening. I'm seeing that happening. And it's really profound and beautiful. Another message I wanted to share. This month, oh, my guides are funny. They're like, don't forget, this month, it is like anything is possible. Miracles are here. Energy is being reset at the end of this month. We are literally, it's almost like if you see it as, oh gosh, I did this again, slingshot. You're pulling it back. We're going to get reset. And then fast forward we go. And so this fall, expect things to go pretty quickly and move really fast. So in case you didn't think it was fast enough already, it's getting faster. And in case you thought it was kind of slow and guess what? It's going to move faster for you. And we are going to have things happen this month that during these eclipses, like kicking off all kinds of things. I call it an eclipse sandwich because the first eclipse happens with this first full moon. And then the next eclipse, the solar eclipse, will happen on the new moon. So in between there, all kinds of things are at play, right? So it's like anything is game, anything is possible. So when I say that, most people think, oh my God, it's going to be crazy, haywire, chaos. Well, yes, for some, it absolutely will be. For others, it will be this massive amount of shift, and all these cool things are going to happen, and these potentials and possibilities are going to reveal themselves to you that didn't exist before. And they're going to promulgate you forward or not, or they're going to show you what it is you need to do next, what your next steps are. So I'm really looking forward to August. I don't know about you. I know we're in it, but I'm not quite in it yet. We'll be in it in a couple of days where we really start to feel some stuff moving. And I can tell you that it's going to be up and down, sideways and back, forward and back. And you're going to enjoy the ride if you're ready to enjoy the ride. How do you get ready? Simply know you're going on a ride. Strap in the seatbelt, and your seatbelt is ground yourself into the earth. Make sure you're anchored. And allow yourself to move forward because you are so ready to expand in a way that you probably aren't even prepared for in your human mind. But believe me, your spirit knows exactly what it's doing because it's time for divine unions to happen. We need them on this planet. We're in crunch time. We're running out of time. It is necessary. The planet is really needing our love here now. And I just want to encourage you to recognize that only love is real. And everything that's not love is fear. So all that other stuff that's coming up, that's fear. Embrace the fear. Recognize you have it. And don't try to be superhero and say, oh, no, I'm above that. I've done that. I'm done. I'm done already. Because here's the thing. These eclipses bring back what you've not finished. These eclipses will show you in your face what you still have to work on, what is important, what is necessary. So please know that you're not meant to be a superhero. You're meant to be love. You're meant to be the being of light that you truly are. And that simply means recognizing what it is left to do, what it is that you are here to do, what it is that you're here to shine about. And that is, in this journey, at least what I'm talking about right now, is being a twin flame, being the love that you are in every given moment. love between you and your twin is divine unconditional love, but love between you and you is divine unconditional love as well. And love with humanity is divine unconditional love as well. And, you know, a couple months ago, I did this beautiful meditation, and my guides showed me this beautiful image of dolphins and a heart. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And they said, infinity. You are infinite love. You have infinite love for this planet, and that's why you've returned here. And that moved me so much that I knew there was something more to it. And so the journey is only just beginning. And it's funny, I've been on it quite a long time, but the words I just heard, it's only just beginning. So get ready, my friends. It's on its way. Much love and light to you. I will be back at some point with a reading. I bless you all, and may you have a blessed, happy union. Namaste.